Wow, look at that timing.
Oh wait, I thought there was a like a crash.
You know?
There's a click boom in there somewhere if you want it to be more gunshotty, but no.
Too late. We passed it. We're past it. Oh shit! That was an accident. Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Everyone are like 2 followers.
The cats when we play this at home.
Aw, sad. Welcome to episode number 8.
7, 8?
7, 8.
I'm not sure. You guys will see the number when we post this video.
We've been on a 2.5 month hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
What you been doing in those 2.5 months? Hello, by the way, and welcome back.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Solomon's here.
Shout out to Solo
Welcome
Man.
back.
Solo Man.
Woo! Wait, where's the cheers?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that was short. Thank
Oh.
you.
You didn't even get to do that.
I know. There you go.
Our producer, our director,
Editor.
our editor,
And our friend.
and our
friend.
friend,
Yes.
and our I don't know what else.
He has everything
He's
here,
got
guys.
everything. He does everything.
He does everything. We don't have to do a single thing, which is perfect for me because
I even do her hair. Look
yeah, did my hair.
Look at that. Did the
Picked my
makeup.
outfit.
Yeah.
Did the makeup. It's slaying. It's slaying.
Yeah.
It's slaying. It's slaying. And thank God, because I don't want to go into it. I hate doing things. So the fact that Solomon has it all down and he could just do it all, honestly, is a win for me.
You're
Yeah.
such an actor. All I have to do is act.
All I have to do is just arrive.
All I have to do is arrive,
And,
wait my
like,
trailer.
The hardest thing I did was put up these things today. Like our little slug, lion, the frame.
And you took out the
oh yeah, and I ripped off the label.
The label.
Because we're not getting paid for shit.
Nope.
But it's pretty good.
I was thinking of getting some bottles with my label and then just stare at
Dude,
people.
honestly,
and dare them to like rip it off. Dare them to stare at them like that.
You should get some like mugs and T-shirts.
Yeah.
I'd
buy
one.
them,
I'd
and
buy
then we
one.
could use them.
I'd totally buy one for sure.
Nice, thank you.
Yeah, like a sweater or some tees or.
Mm-hmm.
What should I put on? Logo? My face? What?
You could put your logo here, and then you can have your like face on the back, maybe.
Ah,
Solo Man,
Ooh,
There you go.
That'd be cool.
the Solo Man.
Like an actual picture, like a cartoon version.
ooh,
Animated
a
version.
cartoon version. Huh?
Cartoon would be
That'd
cool.
be really cool.
Like
And it'd be you with your headphones and little mic.
Yeah,
Love
that's
that.
that's what I kind of. That's how people see me, huh? Like headphones and mic.
headphones.
Yeah.
And mic.
Hey,
It should be
everyone.
this right here.
That. Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, you'd be able to see all our pretty faces.
Yeah, head over to YouTube. That's where you get the most, the best experience.
Yep. Yeah. Follow us on YouTube. Yeah. What have we been up to these last 2.5 months?
It's
Chris? Brent?
my mom. If she watches this is how she finds out.
Does she though? Does she watch this?
She watched she said she just caught up on all the episodes.
Oh shit.
I was like, oh my God.
She looking at you funny now when you come home?
Yeah, I was like, my mom loves me.
Mama Gonzalez. None of that was true. Okay. Whatever you heard, none of it was true.
That was mortifying. I came home and she's like, oh, hi, mija. Acabo de ver todos tus episodios. Me los aventé todos. She sat there my whole work shift.
What
and
is that?
watched
What is
every
that?
single
What
one.
does that translate to for those?
I just
big
watched
fan?
all your
Yeah,
episodes.
I just binge all your episodes.
Well, Solomon knows.
No, I didn't know. I just took out of the context. So.
Yeah.
Well, because you're smart. Some people.
Okay, I
might
won't
not
say
be
I'm
smart.
not smart.
I don't
I might be smart.
Alex's head is
know. They don't have that sound.
there's tumbleweeds in there. But yeah, we took a little hiatus, just scheduling conflicts. It was a lot. Whenever I was free, Alex wasn't free, and vice versa.
Yep.
And then on top of that, I started dating, and I was successful.
What? Let's do double claps for that.
It's a double claps. Another round.
Yeah, here. There we go.
Yeah, I was really successful with that. I actually met him through Hinge, and we hung out once, and then I haven't stopped hanging out with him since.
Okay, but wait. Wait a second here.
Oh no.
Does he know about the
About-
ailment of the week?
Yes, he does.
All of them.
And once again, all of them, sadly. And we'll talk
And does
about
he know
that.
that they change week to week?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
You know, it's in Spanish. There's a name called Dolores, and at work people call me that because it also means pains. Because I
Oh.
always have a pain
Oh,
somewhere.
I never put that together.
Yeah,
That's so true.
yeah. And
Me da dolor.
last week we were actually planning to come in that week that I got really sick.
I remember. Yeah, we were.
And
Yeah, that's right.
we didn't because I said I don't feel good. I don't feel good, and it was fine. And then the weekend came, and I started getting really bad pain in like my uterus.
This is the educational.
This is the
segment.
educational portion of it, and it became so unbearable. I almost fainted. I projectile vomited.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and then I got like TMI, but I don't even care anymore. I got really bad diarrhea. I was just in so much fucking pain.
Did,
And my uterus was hurting on top of that. And I went to the emergency room and all they did was give me like Norcos.
what's Norcos anyway?
Like it's like a controlled substance, so it's like really high pain medication.
Oh, pain medication.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that's all they did for me. That's
I see,
enough.
I see Alex is liking all the new buttons.
It just got really bad and then I waited to get an appointment and it was until the following Friday. And I was like, I don't think I could wait that long. I was in really, really bad, horrible pain. And I ended up going to the ER again and they were upset and like because I said I need something for the pain, like I can't take it. And I think they took that as I just came in because like I
Oh,
wanted drugs.
like you're some drug
Like
addict.
I'm some drug. I look like a drug addict. To be fair, when I came in, I looked disheveled. Like, but I just said I need something for the
Oh, so like
pain.
every day?
So the doctor never came. I was in the emergency room the second time for 6 hours, and a nurse didn't come check on me once, except for the first time when they checked my vitals.
Oh my god.
Didn't
Oh,
come
no.
to check on me. And then when we asked, like, hey, where's the doctor or whatever, she's like, oh, I'll just check your vitals now. She checked my temperature with the rectal thermometer.
Mm.
So I had someone's ass in my mouth.
You ate ass.
I ate ass. I'm not gonna say directly because I don't want to get sued, possibly. But if you're familiar with a medical insurance company that ends with permanent and starts with the K, they can go okay because literally, who puts a rectal thermometer? It was clearly labeled rectal. When I got up from the table, I noticed why she took it out of my mouth so quickly and walked away and got the one that you scan your forehead with.
Ah,
I turned
Okay.
around and it said rectal with a sticker.
so
What?
she made a mistake. So it's just,
She made a mistake,
Bro,
but
what
she
are
didn't
you
even
talking about,
acknowledge
man?
it. They didn't even come to check in on me. And then the
Gosh.
doctor, when he finally came in, he's all like, well, there's a lot more people that are more sick than you. So kind of like dismissing me. He's like, but we're going to go check if it's not your appendix that's going to explode. I said, why would it be my appendix if I'm telling you the pain's in my uterus? He's like, oh, do you even know where that's at? Can you show me? Very condescending.
wow. Were you in there by yourself?
I was there with my sister. My sister fought him.
Uh-huh.
Ellie?
She literally said, so how do you know if it's not important? An appendix, if it if it erupts or if it erupts, explodes or whatever,
Right.
like that's a serious issue. So how do you know it's not a serious issue? How do you know my sister's not more sick than these patients? She's like, don't be dismissive just because you're being negligent and not coming in to check in.
Ooh, you used the word negligent.
Yeah.
Those are legal words.
Yeah.
Fight
She
words.
told me if I ever need help or something's not up or something's not right with like work or some kind of situation, she's like, use the legal words.
Use the legal words.
Use
I feel
legal words.
discriminated. This is negligence.
Yeah.
This is
I feel
discrimination.
unsafe.
Yeah.
I feel unsafe.
Well, you can even say uncomfortable nowadays. It's
uncomfortable.
that simple.
Yeah, but all that happened. I had a horrible experience. They're like, oh, we're still going to do your CT scan. And I'm like, no, I'm going to leave. And they're like, oh, the nurse was like, why are you leaving? I'm like, first of all, you put someone's ass in my mouth. Second of all,
Okay, so you told him that. You
I
held him accountable.
legit said that. And I said, I
Awesome.
honestly don't feel comfortable in a medical environment where you feel like my needs aren't important. I said, I came in here with pain. Do you think I came here on my day off because I think it's fun? Like, I don't think it's fun at all.
And was it the same hospital you went to the first time?
Yes, but different locations. The first
Oh.
location was in San Diego, and they treated me so kindly.
Yeah,
They
but
got
you
me
think
in
they
and out.
would have had like your records of showing that you had been there before.
Yeah, so
and
they
not
did see
treat you
that.
like a
They're like,
drug
oh,
addict.
so if you already know what it is, why are you here? The second hospital that I went to, and I went because I'm in pain, and they told me if my pain is more than an 8 to come to the emergency room. So that's what I did.
Right.
Which location was that? Was that the one in
Baldwin Park.
yeah,
The second one I
Baldwin
went
Park,
to was Baldwin Park, and it was the worst experience ever.
Gosh.
finally I go to the one in Irvine for my appointment, and the whole building was a women's center.
Nice.
And nothing against male doctors like taking care of women, but honestly, in my experience, it has not been great.
Yeah.
So do they have male doctors at the all women's center?
They have that at the women's center, yeah, but I
You had a
was
female
against it.
doctor.
Yeah, I
Awesome.
have
Were
a
there-
bias now.
Yeah.
We have history.
I don't blame you.
So since you're 1, 2, 3 and me, then you decided to go to Irvine, huh? I see.
Yeah. I went to Irvine, and you know what? The treatment is different. But I know what you mean by that. The treatment is it sucks, but like it made me realize like when you go to like poor areas, how badly they treat you. Because San Diego treated me like I was a damn princess there. Okay.
Irvine is new money.
Irvine, they I went to Baldwin Park, which is like
Mm.
an area, treated me like garbage. I didn't even feel I feel like my dog has gotten better treatment at the vet
Right.
than I did there. And when I went to Irvine, all women's center, they took care of me. They offered me water, a tea, and I'm like, what? What is this place? A heating patch for my pain? They came with ibuprofen and a water. Here you go. So you don't have to be in pain. We're in 2023. I was like,
They're like,
I don't.
And they're like, we have a spa just in the next room. Feel
Yeah.
free to use it.
nice.
And would you like an infusion in your water?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want a
Lemon,
Swedish massage
perhaps?
too?
Lemon, perhaps sparkling or flat?
Would you say
Um,
the Downy Permanente?
No,
No.
no, and don't say the name.
I said Permanente.
Yeah, no. Everywhere I realize I'm nothing to no one in those places. But this place, they said I don't know why they didn't tell you anything in the emergency room, but you have an overgrowth of tissue in your uterus, which is
wow.
usually like a sign of endometriosis. But based on my signs, like I always feel like it's heavy.
What's that? And
Endometriosis is like a sister to endometriosis, just like an overgrowth of like tissue lining in your uterus.
Right.
So it causes a lot of pain because your body thinks it needs to expel something. So basically, what it does, it gives you contractions like you do when you're about to give birth,
trying to push it out.
push it out, and you can't. And that was the pain I was feeling
Oh my gosh.
the whole time. And like that was on my X-rays and my CT scans and everything. And then that fucker at the emergency room so had the audacity to be like, "Oh, you just like bumped a drug, so you're not really that sick. It's not really a big deal. I get over it."
Wow.
I was in so much pain, but I think the worst part, like she helped me a lot. I think the worst part she did was took a biopsy, and they don't numb you for biopsies for women. That they took like a chunk of somewhere of the inside of my uterus, like this, like
without
I felt
any-
it, no anesthesia. They don't do that.
Why?
Why not? Yeah,
It's like the way it's standard. They don't
because it's not.
because it's
'Cause
not
normally they
technically.
don't.
Yeah, they just normally don't.
Or maybe your insurance wasn't good enough for the anesthesia.
No, I have family that has like really great insurance, but they don't numb you for that. They said it's not
Right.
like I guess the normal standard practice is that they don't use it.
Yeah, that's
I'll-
odd.
It sucks and it hurts so bad. I was shaking the whole time. And then they also put TMI time again. They've also put an IUD because it would help reduce the bleeding because I bled so much I became anemic from like that issue.
Mm.
So this element of the week felt more
And that
serious.
that started on like one of your first like getaway outings with
The
yeah.
new man.
the new man.
He
Oh my
saw me all thrown up on, vulnerable and afraid. I'm literally, that was the most embarrassing thing that I've ever
Yeah.
been through. But he assured me that it was all fine.
So were you like looking out of the corner of your eye at him to see what his reaction would be in
He
your
looked
worst of
mortified.
times?
He looked
Did you
mortified.
think, is he ready to run?
Yeah, I thought this is how it happens. I'm gonna get dumped and I am all vulnerable in this hospital. And then he was just like worried about me,
Oh,
which
He
was
passed the vibe check.
yeah, he passed the vibe check, which was different for me because I feel like anytime I've shown any sign of like illness, like a lot of guys go like, "Fuck that! I'll get myself a healthy bitch." And- but he didn't. So that was really cool.
Shout out to the BF.
Yeah.
Can we say his name?
My
No?
mom's gonna give him a Google.
Shout out to Rick.
all right. Maybe she don't want to say his name. She wants to see if he hangs around before this goes out.
I think he will. We're all supposed to
She'll
hang
be
out.
like, Solomon,
over the
can you redub the name there?
It's
Shout
just-
out to insert name here.
But yeah, things with that are going well as well. Alex met him. He thought he was cool.
Yeah, we had dinner. We had a late taco dinner
Mhm.
with my sister and I and my sister's boyfriend and
It was
yours. It was
basically a
cool.
double date, and he was the fifth wheel.
I was the fifth wheel.
So, Alex, did you give him the talk?
No.
You didn't give him the talk?
What talk?
I wish I had a Zoom right here so I can just zoom in on you. But you didn't give him the talk like, look, that's my friend, and you
No.
hurt my friend.
I think I'm more mature than that.
Okay.
Because I don't feel like I have to. I think that's common knowledge.
Cool.
At least it should be. And
It
if it's
is.
not, then he's not the right one.
You're too calm about this.
But I remember my first girlfriend ever in high school, her two friends who were just a year older than me. Like, I remember we were walking, crossing the street, and because we all kind of lived in like the same neighborhood, and they like, took me aside and they were like, put their hands on my shoulders. And, look, dude,
Wow.
yeah, she's like a sister to us. So if you mess up, like,
Yeah, but when they act that defensive, it was why.
because they liked her too.
Yeah.
Because they were jealous of me being with her.
See, but with me and
No.
Alex is different. He trusts that he would know better than to be a fucking butthole.
Yeah.
To say the least.
And he probably trusts your judgment too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because in the past,
No, but I feel like it all works out too because in the past, let me tell you a quick little story time. That I'm afraid I've never said this here, so if my mom sees this, I'm gonna jump off a cliff. But she's not naive. One time there was a little scaredy scare. I'm not gonna say what specific scare because she won't catch on to that. But let's just, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
And he said, if you are, and if that's so, he probably did that to you.
You.
Yeah.
Alex.
Since you hang out a lot.
I remember when she told me, we just started busting up laughing.
Right.
I didn't that breakup didn't hurt me one bit because that was the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. At all. Like
To this day, I crack up.
I know. That's one of my stand-up bits because that was fucking insane.
That's so funny.
But he knows that my best friend is Alex, and we've been like best friends for 10 years. And he's also been best friends for like 10 years with his best friend, who also happens to be a girl. So it works out. We understand each other. We both get the frustration of people constantly thinking like, oh, they're gonna like end up together. And it's not like that at all.
Well,
Or they're porking.
Yeah.
and that's the funny thing. If you were dating him and then he accuses you of that, that means he must have known you were cheating on him if he really believes that it could potentially have been
Mm-hmm.
from Alex,
Yeah, it's just insecurities.
which is illogical.
It was kind of annoying. To say that it was more annoying than upsetting. I was just like, if you were looking for a way out, you could have said peace, bitch, and that would have been like cool. Like you didn't have to make up this whole scenario, this whole narrative. Like that's insane.
He's also a SoundCloud rapper, so
yeah.
what do you expect?
Do people still use SoundCloud?
Yeah.
I guess so.
One time he told me he wanted to be a rapper, and I laughed hard, like laughed
Maybe
with my
maybe
whole
that's why he was
chest. Okay,
upset.
I think that was the beginning of his villain era with me.
Mm.
And he's all like, yeah, let me show you what I could do. Started singing. I thought he was gonna like freestyle. He started rapping one of Snoop Dogg's songs. It was like drop it like it's hot. I'm like, out of all the songs you could have picked, you picked that one. That's when I should have ran.
Well, he didn't pick anything original, so he's just showing you what his rap voice sounds like then?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, that's like me trying to audition at a comedy club. They're like, all right, give me your best 5. And I fucking, plagiarize off of,
Chris Rock.
Chris Rock or
somebody.
Jerry Seinfeld. Or yeah, I'm like, you didn't have anything original, really? Like, okay. Bye. Yep.
Yeah, that was, and I laughed the whole time. 'Cause
So by just going back to something real quick, is that an acceptable breakup term? Peace, bitch. I
peace,
mean,
bitch.
you just say that and move on.
I would have rather him have said that than to accuse me of something that wasn't true.
Gotcha.
Because I'm pretty honest. If I don't like being with somebody, I really don't see the point of cheating or anything when like we have mouths that we can be like, hey, I'm not feeling it.
Right.
And that would have been more acceptable to me. Instead of making someone feel bad or like they're the problem, just be like, I don't want to be with you.
Yeah, I don't feel this anymore. Right. Whatever. Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, I have way more respect for people who are just straight up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like about dating too. Like the last times I've been ghosted, like, okay, cool. If you don't want, if you don't want to date, just be straight up. I remember I was talking to this girl on Instagram and I asked her out finally, and she was like, you know what, honestly, she's like, you're really cool. You seem really sweet, but I don't think this is a match. But best of luck to you.
Right.
I was like, oh my gosh. It's like one of the best like rejections I've ever had. I didn't feel shitty. I didn't feel bad. I didn't feel like confused. I was like straight up telling the truth. And
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people are scared of hurting each other's feelings, though.
I
think
get it.
It's
Yeah, I
more
get it.
hurtful to be a
but it's
liar,
more
though.
helpful. Yeah, exactly. You're hurting me more in the long
Don't
run.
be like, oh, I would if I could. No, you don't want to, and
yeah.
that's okay.
Oh, I'm busy right now. Oh, so you're saying that you won't be busy later?
yeah,
You're still giving false hope. Just be straight up. I'm not interested.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah.
Peace, bitch.
Peace, bitch. That should be a song. Like, next
Peace,
time.
bitch.
I-
Gotta add that.
Yeah, we'll put that on a t-shirt.
Speaking of, well, I guess going back a couple sentences, Priscilla performed at the Laugh Factory.
Did we discuss?
What?
Did
For
we
the first
discuss that
time.
last time?
No.
No.
I opened for Paul Rodriguez.
She did.
Holy cow, really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
Yep.
you. Thank you. It was here in Long Beach. This location right here. It was really cool. It was kind of a full circle moment because May, around my birthday, they took me to go see a show at the Laugh Factory.
Not the same one.
where
No. Yeah. It wasn't
Yeah,
the same one.
it was the same one. Paul Rodriguez put on his show and stuff like that. And I guess he was going through some stuff because things got really dark. I think we talked about this in the Hans
Oh.
episode.
Okay.
Things got really dark. He started talking about his mom, how she's dead, how he misses her. He went on about this for an hour. And I was like, wow, like I'm supposed to feel good when I leave a comedy show. I'm really depressed. And I
Right.
literally said, I'm never coming back here again. Like a few months later, I get booked
Not even a
to
few
open.
months, like a month later, a month and a half later.
Yeah, I get booked to open.
And how does that work? Does he like request you, or they just sort of schedule
I knew
you?
someone. Well, Hans actually.
Yeah.
They were looking for more people to be on the show, and he's like, "Do you know anyone?" I'm like,
Yeah, they were looking for more female comedians. And that was one of the, I think that's like the biggest thing I've done. And I've also performed at the stand-up
the
comedy
stand-up
club,
comedy club in Bellflower.
which was really cool. I was really nervous for the Laugh Factory, but I had 2 drink tickets and I took those motherfuckers.
Yeah, we did.
I chugged those and I went up there and I was like, hi, everyone. I was in such a good mood.
So what'd you open with?
I don't even remember what
I
my
don't
set was
remember.
about. I think it was about how
Was it vaginismus?
No, that was my first set. I never touched someone again.
That's right.
I think it was about dating cholos.
Oh yeah, that's
That-
right.
that I
You have
like
a thing for
cholo-looking
cholo,
guys. Yeah.
and you're like totally
And
not with a cholo,
I ended up with
With
the
a nerd.
whitest man ever.
the whitest nerd.
Yeah.
Well, with that, 1, 2, 3, and me. It seems to
Yeah.
fit.
The 23 and me.
Oh, 23 and me. There you go.
Yeah. That was really disappointing. I'm 56% white. I might be more white than you are, Alex.
Oh, see. We need a button for that.
What
What she just
for being white?
I might be more white than you are.
Is there a?
I think he's looking for one.
Yeah, I'm looking for one. Oh, there it is.
Oh, that's right. 50,
Yeah.
56?
56 point. Let me pull up my 23 and me on my phone.
More than half, dude. Join the club.
God. My grandpa was black, so I thought because it was so close
Mm-hmm.
that I would be too, and I was only 3%.
That's crazy.
3% black?
3%.
And your grandfather was black?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Your mom's dad, right?
Yeah.
Huh. Is your mom full black or mixed? Or?
She's
Well,
She's her mom. I'm not sure about her
'Cause your-
ancestry because I never met my grandma.
oh,
your mom also looks like very like indigenous too.
Mm-hmm. My mom looks like black and indigenous.
Yeah, she does.
so you were
um,
sure you had it going on. Like,
Yeah, I was all like, ooh, I'm gonna have a spicy little ancestry in me. And then it says 56%. And I was like,
6% white.
I had to go to therapy right after to my white therapist. And I had to go
in
cry to my
Irvine.
white boyfriend. And I was just like,
Did you immediately start feeling all this white guilt?
yeah.
Like,
I'm like, but I told Alex, I feel like the problem and the solution because I'm also 33% indigenous. Yes, ma'am. But
But it didn't say what tribe or nation, right? It just said like
Yeah,
now
did it say
what?
from.
like
Oh, now
European,
what? Now what?
French, or I mean, I'm sorry, the 56%.
The 56%, I'll tell you right now, but I'm 2% Ashkenazi Jewish,
Ashkenazi. Yeah.
Ashkenazi Jewish. I didn't have it in front of me. Um, which was kind of surprising to my sister, but it wasn't surprising to me because we have a lot of Jewish ancestry
Didn't
in
your dad
Mexico.
say that?
Mhm.
Like I remember last time hanging out there, and he was talking about that. Three was that? That's 3% or 2%?
I have a lot of Italian.
Shit, let me see.
Mm.
See, Italian, Iberian.
Southern, yeah, 53% Southern European, Spanish, and Portugal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Italian, dude. Even like a little bit of Eastern Europe too.
Mm-hmm. And here's a 33% like indigenous. I don't know if you guys can see that. Oh
Can
my
I
god, I
have
feel
it,
like a
Joe?
makeup reviewer.
You want to see it?
Yeah, let's see. All right. Let's take a look here. I'm gonna see if I can put it up here. Everyone. There we go.
Can we see
Sort
it?
of.
It looks
Oh, my
upside
head's
down.
Yeah. There we go. Try it that way. What
Yeah.
part are we looking at? The bottom? The top?
That's the 33%.
Oh, it's just showing a map here. Okay.
Oh wait, let me click the
Oh,
other one
yeah.
where all of them pop up.
All right.
Or maybe I might have good luck here too. Let me see. There's also if you send it to another lab, you could see how much ooga booga you are and what kind of ooga booga you are, you know?
Ooga booga.
Caveman.
Oh, so they have a good, better, best option on that pay scale. Huh?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're 56% white, you're probably more than likely going to be
Oh my God.
Neanderthal, and I forget what the other
Well,
one is.
look,
Oh,
Some sort of humanoid.
if you see that big chunk, that's all 56% white. And then that little chunk is 33% indigenous. I have 3.7 African.
Nice.
that could mean anything too. Africa's a big country.
It's
Our big continent, rather.
yeah, I have 0.3 Nigerian, broadly West African.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see the Nigerian in you.
I actually had an interesting ride with he was an Uber driver from I forget which country in West Africa, but he was saying that a lot of African Americans, a lot of Black Americans have Western African features. He's like, because you could tell the difference between like Northern Africans, Eastern Africans, Southern Africans, and like Western Africans or like Central.
Mhm.
He's like, they're very, very different. He's like, and most African Americans have Western African features. It's like, oh, like that's interesting. But I mean, I
Is that because that's where they mostly came from? Then
yeah, on the ships.
it's funny. Most people tell me they'll say, I had a guy come in here. He's a black guy, and he says, "Are you black?" What do you mean, am I? But he goes, "You don't look like American black. You look like you're some like Somalian or something."
Oh,
Like,
I could kind of see
Ooh,
that.
yeah,
I see it.
I
and
can kind of see it.
and I get that a lot, and I think because my mom is half Filipino, and so I think it's probably
That's-
that little bit of mixture there. But yeah, I got the
do,
like.
do you understand Tagalog?
Not really. I didn't
No.
really grow up around it, but the funny thing is when you go to the airports, there's a lot of Somalian people working there, and they always go, "Where are you from?" And I say, "I'm from here." "No, you are from my country." And they start talking to me. I'm like, I have to prove. It's like, no, I don't know what you're saying.
Somalia.
Yeah.
Like look at me, Irish. I'm the captain now. Somalian.
Yes, that's Somalia. The good old pirates.
I'm just
Such
kidding.
an Alex reference.
I'm just kidding.
Alex loves pirates.
I do.
Lord of the Rings.
More of a pirate fan though.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a pirate tattoo.
Let's see.
It's a sparrow. Here, wait. How do I?
Oh, okay. So you went to a tattoo parlor and said, "I want the pirate, the sparrow from Jack Sparrow."
Yep. This actually technically means that you've sailed all 7 seas.
Have you?
I have not,
Bucket list.
Fake.
but I will. Hey, I'm a pirate. Pirates lie. Pirates are known to lie.
That goes on forever, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I know. I saw it said it had 10 seconds left. I'm like, why?
So Ashkenazi, Jewish,
Yeah.
3% Black,
3% Asian.
Asian,
Mm-hmm.
Only
and
3%.
3% Black,
Mm-hmm.
and then 33% Indigenous American,
33 point something.
and then 56% white.
Yeah.
And then you said if you pay only $99 more, they'll tell you what, like
what kind of ooga booga you are.
ooga booga.
Yeah. What kind of caveman? There's also another test where you send it to another lab and it'll tell you things like based on your genetics, you're less prone to be good at like math or to have less survival skills or this
Like
or that. Like
athletic
you
or like
basically it tells you should have been weeded out of evolution,
Yeah, I think you
right?
would know that stuff by now though, you know?
No, actually my sister's friend did it and it said that he is more likely to be like intellectually like
Mm.
stupid.
dumb. And he like went to an Ivy League and stuff like that. So he's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
how you measure that. But I'm all like, I'm afraid to do it because it's only gonna confirm that I am dumb. So
And what I do, act more stupidly.
yeah. So I'm afraid of that. But
All right, so that was the ailment of this week, is that correct?
well,
Or
the past like
these
2 weeks.
last
2 weeks, okay, so you gotta carry over, gotcha.
Yeah. The other thing is like just a normal everyday Priscilla thing. I just had like an IBS flare up, but
You do
Mm.
BS.
those are horrible by the way.
Okay, and he knows about that too.
Yeah, he has it too.
Okay.
You both BS
Aw.
together?
Yeah.
What?
We'll both have like Popeyes or something really greasy, which usually it ends up being like McDonald's. And then we both have
Hey, it's
indigestion and it's like a farting orchestra.
Wow,
Yeah, we're there.
that's close.
Yeah. We're there already.
That's
Already
that's
close.
yeah. That's what I say. You're not close to someone unless you've both heard each other's farts.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly.
I couldn't hold it in, tell him, and it was like a monster was trying to claw itself out of me. It was like a sharp pain right here, and he like, just do it. You're gonna feel so much better. I'm like, you're gonna not like me anymore. I said, it's gonna be so bad. And then I finally let it out, and he goes, you weren't kidding. You know, that's the
Dude,
words I wanted to hear.
Remember our Big Bear trip?
You can talk about that.
I feel bad for everyone sleeping below.
No, Sonia heard everything.
Oh, Sonia heard. You were having really bad stomach pain, right?
Yeah.
They both put us in the same room. We had different beds.
Mhm.
She was close to the window. I was close to the door. And she was like, dude, like, oh, like my stomach hurts so much. I was like,
Yeah.
is it gas or what? She's like, yeah, it's like, I'm like, dude, just let it out, man. You're going to feel so much better. And sure enough,
I let out a fart so big that probably ripped the hole in the space-time continuum.
dude, you opened like a portal to hell.
Yeah, I did. I did. My stomach felt so much, and then I couldn't stop.
I heard Satan coming.
You heard what?
I heard the voice of Satan.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was coming out going,
Yeah, he was all like,
I can't stand it down there.
he's like,
Did you miss me?
it was painful.
But we both kept farting.
yeah.
back and
And
forth.
Sonia said that's what woke her up, that we wouldn't stop farting.
The sound of the smell.
The sound.
Sound. Door was closed, but the window
You
was
wanna know
open.
something?
Mm.
The window was open, but there was a blizzard, so the air was so still.
Yeah, it was.
It
Yeah.
was just living there.
Yeah.
You
The
guys were
farts.
melting snow outside.
Oh, no wonder I saw the icicles fall.
One of those hit me in the freaking head over there.
What? Wait, what?
Icicle?
An icicle hit you on the head?
Yeah.
I don't remember
It was a
that.
baby one. Just went. I opened the door and I guess they formed in the night. So when I opened it, it
Oh,
swung
it
back
cracked
into
it
me.
open, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what Priscilla's been up to.
That was a long update.
Yeah, that was half. The
Yeah, but it was
episode.
well worth it.
Hey, but listen back to there's a lot of material you have there. There's
Sass.
a lot of material you have there. For me,
Your show?
yeah, we had our I brought my show to the Epic Lounge, which is a music venue in Downey.
Okay.
I know the owner. We've been friends for a while. I used to when I was in bands, we used to play there a lot, and he told me because his venue is very close to the State Gallery where I was having my comedy show at for a while, for like the past year, and he had been going to the last few shows, and he was like, "Hey, if you start selling out, if you need more space, like let me know. You have a space to grow your show." I was like,
Right.
"Oh, thanks, man." And sure enough, I did. So I brought it to his place, and it was cool. It was a cool night. I had Francisco Ramos. Shout out to today's his birthday, by the way.
Happy
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Francisco.
Happy birthday.
Woo, woo, woo.
It's Francisco Ramos. He was on. He's a touring working comedian. He was on he was a voice in the movie Rio. He was on Shameless. He was he was most recently on Frankie Quinones' show,
Okay.
This Fool on Hulu with
He
Chris
was on this
Estrada.
fool?
Yeah, recently he was on the third
A second.
season.
They're already on the third season?
Yeah, dude. Or second.
I think it's
I
second.
might be second. I might be second season.
Because when we spoke to Frankie, he said they were in the works.
They were in the
And that
works
was
of
the beginning of this year.
Yeah. No, that was last year, dude. That was last December.
Last
That was a
December.
year ago.
Am
Yeah,
I
because that was Charlie. That was Charlie's birthday. We went in November of last year, 2022.
It looks like there were 2 seasons of that.
Okay,
There's-
then it was a
So
second.
they're working on a season 3, I think.
Okay, that makes sense. So yeah, he was most recently on This Fool on Hulu. Then I had Gabby Vargas, Rick Martinelli, my little brother Ryan. He did a cold open. You were supposed to be on it, but that's when you had gotten sick.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then who else? I had Victor
It
Victor
was,
Frausto, and then I also had
it was a sad time
what?
calling out of that show
Oh,
for
yeah.
me. Yeah. But what else?
No, yeah, it was a fun night, and then now I'm having it again at the same place, same venue, on December 27th, which is a Wednesday. I haven't announced who's on it yet, but that will be out soon.
Nice.
How was Gabby? I've never seen her.
Oh, Gabby Vargas, freaking hilarious.
Yeah?
Yeah, she's very raunchy. She reminds me of you a little bit. She's a little raunchy. She doesn't give two shits about what she says. She's very animated too, so she's like very physical and moves around and uses like the whole stage and
Ooh, I love that.
yeah.
I would have loved to have seen her.
Oh, and Keenan was on the show too.
That's right.
He hadn't done stand up since 2019. His first show was at Second City in Hollywood, which RIP to them because they don't exist on Hollywood anymore, on Hollywood Boulevard.
Do they exist or they just moved?
They still have, I think, the Chicago location and then the Toronto location in Canada. But
Who's Keenan?
Keenan Pierre, he's a friend of ours. I used to work with him at the Museum of Illusions in Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
We used to take pictures of people and sell them and we just became very close. We were always quoting Jim Carrey and Robin Williams movies and he's on his Instagram he does like Instagram shorts and he does these like comedy sketches and his videos go viral, like thousands and thousands of views and so many comments. He's big on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And so he recently moved back out to LA because he's originally from Chicago. And I was like, yo, dude, I'm doing this show. Would you like to be on? And he was like, super excited. And he's like, I haven't done stand-up in years. And he was like so nervous. But dude, he killed it. He was so good.
Yeah.
My grandma, Abui, she goes up. My grandma who doesn't understand English at all.
Okay.
She was like, me gusta tu amigo el morenito. I was like, oh, you like him? I was like, but you didn't understand him. She's like, no importa. Like, he was very animated. Like,
Yeah, he's very charismatic and stuff like that.
yeah.
No,
Anyways, yeah.
You know what's
fun.
funny? That we did a little short skit
Yeah.
on what a Mexican mom would say when they would meet him, and your grandma said the same thing.
Yeah,
which means I killed it.
moreno or morenito means
It's an endearment.
it's a term of endearment, but what does it literally mean?
Well, there's no literal translation. Like they call my mom morenita too, and it's just that she's
Just
of a
like
darker complexion.
Darker complexion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was a color thing.
Morena,
Yeah.
morena, more moreno, yeah. Yeah.
But everything is said as an endearment, or like as like in a way of endearment, and I feel like that gets lost in translation because it's things that shouldn't be directly translated because they sound bad,
Right.
right? Like they'll pick a part of you and then they'll nickname you that. Like if you happen to be a little overweight, they'll call you
Gordito.
gordita or gordo, and that doesn't necessarily mean like they're calling you hey fat ass. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't mean that because there's no translation in the way that you say that
Or-
you add those diminutives.
Or if you have a big head,
Yeah, cabezón.
cabezón.
Yeah,
Venga, cabezón.
What
yeah.
if you got like sharp elbows or something?
They'll probably call you codos, like elbows.
Codos, let's say
Elbows, or like
codos.
they'll compare you to something really like wide because if your elbows are sharp.
Okay. So there's a big ears one too, right?
Orejon,
Orejon.
Yeah, I figured that. Big nose.
narizón.
What if you have a big moving on.
Yeah, they have nicknames for guys' appendages.
Really?
Pájaro.
They just call you I Poppy.
Really got to add that one.
Oh yeah, my stand-up career is starting soon.
Yes. first show at the Creatures of Habit.
Yeah, I could put you on. I know the producer.
So it sounds like you're becoming quite the promoter producer. Maybe that's really where your real talent lies.
Not the comedy wise, just producing.
No, no, no. I mean, along with the comedy,
Mm.
but you also have to be very good at doing it. Not everybody can put a show together.
I
like
mean,
that.
yeah. I mean, I'm also just a big fan of. I remember as a kid just going to shows, whether it's music or it's, some sort of performance. We were always at shows, so that was just always, you know, around me my
Yeah.
whole life. And then, growing up, of course I love going to shows and I love networking and meeting other people. That's how I
Yeah.
meet people to be on my shows. Is I
Right.
go out and sort of scout without actually intending to scout. I'll just go to a show. I'm like, oh, this guy was hilarious. Let me.
Yeah,
know,
but
ask
give
if he wants
yourself
to
some
go.
more credit
Yeah.
because they say yes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
But
a big
also,
deal.
the way he talks to people comes so natural.
Right.
Like, even when I first met Alex, I felt like I've known him my whole life. He's so friendly, kind,
Mm-hmm.
and inviting. And that's the way he treats everybody he talks to. So I think that's why they feel even more inclined to do the shows because they're like, okay, this is the environment I'm preparing myself for. And when they leave also really happy. I've never met a comedian in like the shows he's done for a year that leaves and goes, oh, that was a bad experience.
Right.
Look,
Not yet.
it's also because I've had bad experiences on shows where I'm like, that wasn't cool. That's not good. That's not how you run a show.
Mhm.
So I'm like going to these things and having these experiences really, gives me an idea of what I think a successful show is, or
Yeah.
how to run
Yeah.
a show and how to keep people coming. You also got to be consistent.
Also, something that you do, which is really nice and you really don't have to, is he gets pictures and like stills of the comedians performing
And video footage.
and video footage and he
Yeah.
gives it to them.
I don't
And you-
charge them.
And that's really nice because I know the few places I've been to, the comedians are trying to set up their phones and
Yeah.
all that to record
Bring their
themselves, get
tripod,
their
yeah.
other people.
And it
to
sucks
do it.
because when you do that, like when I performed at the Laugh Factory, some people walked in front of my phone on the tripod.
Right.
So I missed some footage. I got
Oh,
some
no.
lady's 10-foot wide ass on my thing, and none of me. You just hear me talking. And I'm just like, that was really frustrating. So the fact that you offer that is really awesome. And I always look for those things that you do in other,
On other shows.
in other shows, and it's not available for sure.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, some clubs don't do it. Some clubs do. I know the club that Jason likes to do a lot, Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach. I haven't been there yet, but I hear amazing things. I hear they treat everyone super friendly, whether you're a celebrity comic or a non-celebrity comic. Like they treat everyone equally. They also have a setup for footage, and they don't charge their comics as well.
Oh wow.
they
That's
just
good.
they just give it to them, and
Yeah.
comics get to cut it up and post it on social media if they want to.
Great.
Yeah. And it looks really good too, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should say names, but the person you currently have filming also
Yeah,
formats
Adrian.
it.
Mhm.
Formats it in like a real position so you can just post it.
Nice.
So I'm like, I don't see a lot of people offering that. So I feel like you offer something really special as opposed to a lot of other people. And you do need to give yourself more credit
Yeah.
because getting people to say yes to you is not easy.
I've also
Yeah.
had a lot of people say no.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
but
the
you
ones
keep
you have brought
going.
on are the ones that, no offense, that people said no, but are the ones that matter because they do have a bigger following. The ones that have told you no, for some reason, happen to have a smaller following.
I mean,
And that's just me
yeah.
saying he has nothing to do with them.
Yeah, and also like I've learned that just because someone has the verified check mark on Instagram or because they have 20,000 followers doesn't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I've like when I first started doing this, I thought, oh, they have 20,000 followers. That means they could help sell out my shows, or they're like legit, which I'm sure
Yeah.
But I've had people on my show, and they have those things. They don't bring anyone.
Yeah. And I think there's a difference between like Instagram comedians and actual stage comedians,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it definitely helps to be, putting your clips on social media because more and more people can know who you are and follow the things that
Yeah.
you do and keep updated on like stuff like this, like stuff like what we're doing. But yeah, sometimes it doesn't mean anything. So now I'm like, I also like to book people who I think are like funnier than me.
Yeah. Do you always close when you do your own show?
No,
Okay.
I host. I open and I host.
Okay. So you
I mean,
don't
I do. I
actually-
guess I do technically close. I'm like, hey, thanks for coming, or I'll do like a closing joke if I.
But you don't do like a whole
No.
set. Okay.
No, I'm not there yet.
Okay.
I'm not there yet.
All right.
I need more practice.
So you feel like you couldn't share the stage with some of these names that you bring on? Is that?
I mean, I guess technically I do because I'm bringing them on, or like let's say like Priscilla opens, or like I'll technically open the show because I'm hosting it, and then I'm like, all right, your next comic is Priscilla, and then she does her 5 minutes, and then after she's done, I'll go back up, I'll try to find something that she said that I thought was funny, and I'll
Oh,
try to do a joke
Show-
based
to
off of that. I'll
reference
do
it.
like a tag, or I'll make a reference, you know.
so you're like a segue thing.
Yeah, like a segue
Yeah.
thing, and
Gotcha,
keep the
okay.
show running, and keep the funny going, and or at least I try to, and then I bring up the next comic. And
You ever
then
do
it's-
crowd work?
Oh yeah,
In those
actually, at
segments?
this last one, I did more crowd work than I've ever done,
Cool.
which I'm like I get super nervous about because
Me
like
too.
You don't know what
sometimes
they're gonna
think it's
say.
gonna
I
go
mean
well.
yeah.
Like the crowd work that I did, and I called this girl's boyfriend cute, or your
Oh, the cholo guy.
Yeah, and then they look tatted. They look like if they found me
Dude.
after the show, they would kill me. I'm not
Honestly,
gonna lie.
he saw me walking on stage. He saw me looking at him, and he goes, "Don't even, bro." I was like, "Oh shit, okay."
Yeah, and then after that happened, I go up and I go, "What's up?" And his girlfriend's right there. I was,
Like, back off, my man.
yeah, I was like, "Talk to me later. Is this your girlfriend? Who cares?" And I was like, literally, like, when I got off the stage, I'm like, I can't believe I said that. That's so uncharacteristic.
No, but you know what? Like he seemed really cool though,
Yeah, he
and
was
he was
cool.
like, "It's a comedy show." you
When
know?
me, you, Charlie, and Jasmine were walking around, he said, "Hey, what's up
Oh,
to me
that's
from
right.
across?"
That's right. I
And then
remember
he
that.
just waved and he got in his truck and
Yeah.
left.
Yeah, he was cool.
So he was a good sport about it. I'm
And they
like,
were
oh my
sitting more
god,
in the front, right?
True homie. Yeah,
And he
right in the
was
front.
right in the front.
Oh,
I said,
literally
you're
right in the
asking
front.
for
I didn't
it.
expect that, right?
And
I
then
mean,
your
yeah.
friend, I don't want to name names, but your friend too that came with that white girl with the big ass. I said I was gonna
What-
take her man.
Dude, what did Jason say to her?
Yeah.
Okay, so one of my friends, he's a black guy. He was going out with this girl who's white, and Jason goes up to them and he's like, "You look like you only fuck black guys."
Yeah.
Both started busting up. She's like, "Yeah, I do."
It was funny. I made the first offense and then everybody jumped on that dog pile. But when you put yourself in the front, it's always the people that always want to sit in the front are the always I can't
The
talk.
most interesting.
Interesting looking characters, right?
Mm.
Like the guy that looked like he was gonna kill me in the front, right?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, the guy that had like a I think it was like a football team, but the colors were wrong. The colorway was wrong.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And they're like, why would you wear that?
it was I think it was
Oh.
Raiders, right? It was,
Raiders, and it was red and white, and the red was like really gross. And I think Jason called him
Jason
out.
called him out.
No. Mark Ellis called him out.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because Mark talks about sports a lot.
Yeah.
So what they say was like, just off
Yeah,
market.
they're like, so you're
thing.
wearing that hat, huh? Or like something like that. And it's like, yeah. He's like, I think they said something about the colors being
Well, I think
whack.
you got the wrong colors there, buddy.
Yeah.
Something like that. I don't remember what the joke was, but
Yeah, but it's always the people that should be worried about getting bullied. They always sit at the front.
oh, speaking of Mark Ellis, so Mark Ellis, he's a comedian and he's on the Heidi and Frank show on KLOS 95.5.
Yeah.
Right, he's on there on every Thursday morning, and he does this segment called Movie Password. He's a big movie buff. Anyways, I'm a huge fan of their podcast. I've been listening to over 10 years, and this was at like 6 a.m. I was getting ready for work. I was like making myself breakfast and coffee, and I heard Frank or Heidi say, "Hey, if you're related to someone like a celebrity or like someone of like significance, give us a call." I'm like, "Ooh, okay." And I think I've mentioned this to you before.
Mm.
I'm related to the guy who was on the Enola Gay airplane that dropped the bomb in Hiroshima, Japan in
I think you did
1945.
mention that.
He was the photographer and he took all the footage. I was like, "Oh, I'm related to him." So I called him up. I didn't think I was going to go through. I immediately get through to Corey. She's like, "Hi, who is this?" I'm like, I like kind of freak out for a second. I'm like, "Hi, Corey." She's like, "Who are you related to?" And I told her. She's like, "Ooh." She's like, "That's interesting." She's like, "Okay, let me put you on hold." I thought I was going to be on hold for a while.
Yeah.
I immediately heard Frank and Heidi go, "All right, Alex, who are you related to?" I was like, and I kind of like, I got like starstruck a little bit. I like freaked out and I told them, and they're like, "Oh man." They're like, "Really? Like, what was his name?" And they look up his name. They're like, "Oh my God, you're related to this guy?" I was like, yeah, and I'm like, and I told him I'm actually writing a screenplay with a friend of mine based upon his story. They're like, oh, that's cool. They're like, so you're an actor too? I was like, yeah, I'm an actor and I'm a comedian. And then I said, oh, I actually had Mark Ellis on my show recently about a month ago. They were like, oh yeah, we love Mark. And this totally caught me off guard. They said, okay, well, let's say you're at a comedy show right now and we bring you up. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Alex Caron, what do you say? I'm like, uh, and I forget what I said, but I totally bombed. And they were like, yeah, let's hope that screenplay works out for you. And I told Mark about it. I was like,
Oh my
dude,
God.
I bombed on public radio, national radio, man. And he's like, don't sweat it, buddy. He's like, I bomb with them every Thursday morning. I'm like, no, but you guys are actually funny. He's like, nah, you're all right, dude. He's like, keep going. I'm like, okay.
Nice.
God, that's scary. I would freak out as well.
Dude.
I feel like I freaked out this last show at the
Stand-up
stand-up
club, really?
Yeah, I feel like I freaked out.
You didn't seem that way.
I was less freaked out at the Laugh Factory. But also I had
Really?
like 2 piña coladas before.
Oh, at the Laugh Factory. Oh, that's true. Yeah, you were kind of gone.
I was kind of gone. And then
Before you went on
loose.
stage, huh?
yeah, right before I'm like Priscilla Gonzalez went stumbling.
I actually I met one of her friends that night, and we're totally giving each other eyes, and
So you ever thought of getting a nickname like Prissy G or something?
That's the name on my letterbox, actually.
Prissy
Prissy
G?
G. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a cool stage name for you, and so something memorable, something people will remember. I like that.
what would mine be? Squirt. Because of the way
Squirt.
I was like conceived.
Ew, that's disgusting. Let's talk about your mom like
Well, we all were products of that.
no, that's cool.
So everybody be named Squirt.
Everyone's a squirt. I don't know. What would mine be?
Uh, I don't know. I thought of Prissy
Crickets.
G, so there you go.
Crickets.
That's my contribution.
Alexander Graham Bell.
Nope. He was a piece of shit.
POS, that's your name.
POS. I'll take POS.
Yeah, I've actually given that a lot of thought. Like, what would be a cool stage name? Because I feel like Priscilla. Like, I love my name, but I need
Prissy
something.
G, man, do it.
But your stage name for stand up, your stage name for like acting,
Stand up.
stand up
Mm-hmm.
for CG. I could see that.
Yeah.
I thought about going just with my middle name, Pierre Caron. But I don't know. It sounds
But
a
I know
little
you as
pretentious.
Alex. I feel like I don't know. Alex feels like home to me. Alex feels like my best friend. Everybody's best friend. Everybody knows an Alex. Like it's just like it's nice. Maybe you should.
Okay, I
do
have
something
one
with
for him.
Alex.
What?
So typically, most actors have like that one syllable first name and then like a 2-syllable next name. Like Dirk Benedict or something like that. So I think
Mm-hmm.
you should go with like Chuck Caron.
Chuck?
Chuck. Yeah, I think you should go with a Chuck.
Chuck. Chuck is one syllable. Alex is two.
No, Chuck Caron. Yeah,
Chuck Caron?
I think it rolls off the tongue pretty good.
Chuck Caron. That kind of does. And the 2 C's.
But I'm not a Chuck though.
It doesn't matter. Chuck is a nickname. It's a nickname for Charles, right?
Right.
Yeah, but just do it anyway.
That's why I call Charlie Chucky because I thought his name
Well,
was
see,
Charles.
yeah, Charlie's real name is Salvador.
No, on his.
Salvador Charlie Velasco. His first name is Salvador.
It's settled. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, Chuck Caron and Prissy G.
Prissy G.
I love it.
I might actually use that.
Did it get hot in here?
I don't know. I like it. It's funny because a lot of my family and my friend, well, not my friends. You guys call me Pris, but my family calls me Prissy. But they go Prissy.
Well, plus Prissy has a name. It has a meaning.
Mhm.
Like a little selective type woman.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's true. Prissy, little
Yeah.
Priss.
All Pris.
Mm.
What's your nickname? Oh, Solo Man.
Some people call me Solo. No, nobody. Well, a couple people call me Solo, but most people call me my name Solomon. But then people call me Solly too.
Did-
Solly.
Solly, that's cute.
Solly. Did I learn that Solomon is your last name?
No, it's my first name, Solomon.
What's your last name?
Oh, you want to put my government out there out for everybody on
We'll
the
bleep it.
podcast? It starts with a D.
Daniel.
Yeah, close.
Daniels.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
That was a
You don't
good
like your last-
guess.
you don't like your last
Intuition
name?
test.
Oh, I like my last name. My last name I like it fine. People say I have two first names,
Yeah.
Solomon Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why some people will say, oh, I thought it was Daniel Solomon. It's like, no.
I could see that. Yeah. Solomon sounds like a lot. It could be a last name, because it's got the MAN at the end.
M-O-N.
Or OMON.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people like to do
men.
that. Solo man.
Solomon.
Yeah.
Solomon. Gonzalez.
Gonzalez.
Gonzo.
Gonzo. Like that fucking Muppet. Fucking- Want to know something that happened to me?
Does
I
is
went.
it 2 minutes or less?
Yes, I went to this government building. I forgot for what, and they called.
Prison.
No, oh my dad needed to like expedite his. Fuck you. Not yet.
I thought that was funny too.
My dad had to go expedite his passport because he was going to Mexico, so we had to go to this like government building in San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
and they said his name Gonzales, I think.
Gonzales.
And I went,
Wow.
that's the first time I hear that. Gonzales?
Gonzales.
I'm like, Gonzales. What the fuck?
Maybe somebody was buying a wedding ring that day. or
Yeah,
something.
their mind was on like, is he gonna propose? Is today the day?
Yeah,
Well, you said-
sales, jewelry.
You said your dad gets picked on because of his first name.
Yeah. Oh, okay, I could say this under 1 minute. Okay, really quick. So my parents would get a lot of gay mail, and by that I mean like, congrats, happy Pride, because Guadalupe is a male and female name,
Like
but
typical.
predominantly it's a female name.
Yeah.
And my mom's name is Alicia.
Guadalupe.
Right.
Obviously a woman, and they would get a lot of like gay, like
Oh, because your father's
news.
name is Guadalupe.
yeah.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it'd be like, congrats on coming out, domestic partnership. And my parents, I think they had something similar to that because they weren't married, but they were together for more than 10 years.
Mm,
So people, that plus the names, people thought they were super gay.
that's so funny.
They're like, what a progressive family.
Yeah. Sometimes your name just gets put on an email list. Like I at one point I started getting a lot of Spanish mail, like in all Spanish, and
Mm-hmm.
it's like somebody put me on a list somewhere, and next thing you know, you're getting all this mail. It's like I don't.
And you're like,
think
I don't even, ¿qué tengo que ver?
Well, we did a podcast.
Yeah,
That was
we
cool.
came back from the
Came back.
dead.
Came back
Welcome
from
You're
the
back,
dead.
welcome.
you guys.
Yeah. Make sure you follow us on YouTube.
Spotify,
Spotify.
Apple Podcasts.
Oh, we also recently
And
learned that this
Instagram.
last episode was flagged on YouTube.
Yes, someone
with-
reported my video for like inappropriate, like I think like violating guidelines, something like
Yeah,
that.
I don't know
And-
What you
how.
did here?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
no
violated
kidding.
the guidelines, and I don't know.
It was taken off of YouTube.
It was taken off of YouTube, but
and Apple Music, wasn't it? Or
no,
Apple,
the only one that
or
kept it was Spotify.
Spotify was.
Did
the
you
only one that
mention
kept
the C word by chance?
it. I
I
don't
think I'm gonna have to
remember.
go back and carefully listen to it.
The COVID. Yes.
Really?
I don't know. A lot of times, if you mention that word,
Really?
yeah,
What-
It's flagged.
What word?
the thing that had everybody staying at home for.
Oh, he mentioned it
He did. But how would that? That doesn't make sense.
because it thinks
Anyways.
you're spreading false like,
Disinformation,
yeah,
things like
misinformation.
that. Yeah, they get real weird about that.
That makes sense. I didn't think about that. And it was funny because he said, it's probably because I was on it. I'm like, not because you were on it. Something you said.
Yeah, or it could be the R word when it refers to women getting things done against their will, or the SK word. Those words
We didn't
also
talk- we
will
didn't
flag.
We didn't talk
No.
about that, but we might have talked about pandemic activities.
Yeah.
definitely because of the strike and stuff. But anyways, thanks for listening. Yeah, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Shout out to the
Instagram.
Instagram. Shout out to the podcast place in Solomon.
Yeah, for
Thank
having
you.
everything set up and
Thanks a
hooked
lot,
up
man.
here. And for having his wonderful presence here and his little pop-ins. We love it.
And we'll see you
Aw.
next time.
See ya.
Bye.